I'm giving my impressions on Monster Hunter Rise. Got released on Friday, and it's a really big game, JRPG game. So if you don't know what Monster Hunter is, it's basically a JRPG, an action JRPG where you basically play as a hunter and you basically hunt down.
What does JRP stand for our listeners?
Japanese role-playing game.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I feel like everybody knows what that is. Was that a test
Brad
for me?
Brad didn't even know.
I totally didn't know what.
Did you not? I'm fine. I thought that was Anyway, yeah, you basically play as a hunter where you basically got to hunt monsters and you have various weapons, tools at your disposal and potions and things you have to create. And it's quite tactical. You can't just go into a boss fight or a monster hunting fight blind. You have to kind of know what the monster's weakness is, and you have to go in with like either tranquilizer or some kind of buff to yourself where you're giving yourself more stamina or health or wherever it is. It's quite tactical. It's quite good. It's quite fun. Yeah, it's obviously exclusive on the Switch. What is new to Monster Hunter this time is the wire bugs, which are fantastic. I don't know how they never had this before. They're basically little grappling hooks where you basically can grapple yourself along the ground when you're fighting. You can vertically go up. And I think it's obviously been affected by Zelda because they've taken away all the invisible walls. And the open world is completely, you can explore it completely now. There's no mountain you can't climb. You can go wherever you want in the open world, and it's really good. They've also added these Palamute, which are the dogs, and you can basically ride them and then they attack enemies and monsters, whatever, alongside you. So they've really changed how you traverse throughout the world and made it a lot faster and easier than what it was with Worlds. I've only ever played Worlds before. It's the only Monster Hunter I've ever played. So I'm kind of new to the franchise. So going into it is always quite daunting because the first 5 hours, all you're going to be doing is reading. Just text after text. There's so many menus. There's so many, and you kind of got to do it because every system is so in depth. You kind of got to know what's going on and where to go. And in the village, there's so many like vendors, like you've got where you can upgrade yourself. So obviously you've got a smithy where you upgrade your armor and your weapons, and there's skill trees, and I don't know. It's so in depth.
We've spoke about this before, haven't we? Like sometimes when you start a new game, I remember when I started Cyberpunk, you see the skill trees and it say like the vendors and everything. You kind of like, oh shit! This is daunting. Yeah. And after a while, obviously, you get used to it. But you say they've been, for 5 hours, like all the text that you have to read.
I couldn't do it.
Maybe I'm over-exaggerating, but yeah.
But is it fun? Is it annoying? Is it
interesting?
Detriment? Yeah, is it interesting? Is it do you mind doing that?
It's not overly interesting, but because I played Worlds, and the problem why I didn't get so deep in Worlds is that I skipped all that. I didn't want to read it, and then I got to a certain point. Yeah, it is a little bit off. And I got to a certain point where it was like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do it. And I had to start looking it up. And it was like, it took a lot longer to progress because I never read the text at the beginning. So this time I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to hit the bullet, read it all. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly where to go. And then once I've gone over that hill, I can just play the game.
It's got to be short-term fucking boring and shit. Like no one wants to jump into a game and read fucking little crap text, and it is really little text on Monster Hunter, isn't it? It's like
it is a little bit. It's whenever you're new to like an RPG, it's the same as like someone jumped into Destiny right now with all the currencies, all the things to do. It would be a big learning. It would take a couple of hours to learn what to do. Where obviously us, we don't need to read anything. You just know. It's like muscle memory at this stage.
And these games that are so in depth, you get more out of them in the long run. So it's like
exactly.
It is the initial shitness, but for the greater payoff in the end. But yeah, I'm just not patient enough to fucking go through all that.
Yeah.
But no, well,
no, I was going to say maybe could they have done it in a different way to be a bit more engaging, But
if people reading those lines instead of me after reading them.
If they do it every game, then everyone, the fans are going to use it anyway. So it is kind of
long-term fans of Monster Hunter, nothing really has changed. It's Monster Hunter. If you know how to play Monster Hunter, you don't really need to read the stuff. So although I was reading it, it was almost like a recap because I was like, oh, I remember that. I remember how to make that, and I remember that you had to make these like mist stuff where you can like heal yourself, and you can make mist, like you can make bombs, and like you collect certain like plants in the open world or certain creatures, and then you can like craft things. And it was kind of like almost like rejogging my memory because I've already played it, and all like skill trees of how to upgrade stuff. And It's really good. I'm starting to enjoy a little bit more now. I'm doing the actual missions. There are two types of missions. So you've got hub missions and you've got quest missions. Quest missions are like single player, like for the story. Hub missions are almost like multiplayer. So you have like a monster and then 3 other hunters come into your world. So you have the open world, and they just join you, and then you basically hunt the monster together. And it's quite fun. I did one last night, and it was quite good. The wire bugs also, it ain't just for like traversing. You can actually grab onto another monster. So if a monster goes into contact with another monster, you can get on their back and control them and ride them, and you can use that monster to attack the other one.
Well, that would have been handy in Assassin's Creed.
It's quite good. But the multiplayer stuff has been quite fun. It's just more Monster Hunter. I'm really enjoying it. It's really good that it's on the Switch. Obviously, it's portable. I'm just like wake up playing it on the Switch rather than the TV and stuff. So I'm going to unlock more stuff. Obviously, very early in the game. I've only just on the 1-star stuff, and I'm sure as it progresses, I'm going to open more worlds, more maps, and obviously harder monsters and stuff. And it's going to take more tactics because depending on what like the monsters like strengths are, so say for example they're like a dragon, breathes fire, you need to make sure you have fire resistance and probably have some kind of water buff to you, so you can like, you have to go in tactically knowing what the monster.
So each big monster you've really got to set up to go and hunt it. Is that how it works? Or do you just stumble across them and then be like, oh fuck, I'm not.
No. So you know what the monster is you're going, and you'll see its weaknesses, its strengths, and you basically have to you can either go on a expedition and collect the stuff if you don't have it, or you can buy it in like a vendor, and you basically just have to make sure you're prepared. If you don't go in prepared, you will die. It probably takes like 3-4 hits. The monsters are powerful. They will kill you if you don't go in unarmed.
And what point of the game do the soldiers get dragged into dimension and they start hunting the monsters? What part does that happen?
Is that a reference to something? I don't know.
The Monster Hunter film. That's the premise of the Monster Hunter film was, wasn't it? They kind of got it's just when the sheep turn up.
Fucking clue. I have no idea.
It's lost,
sorry, mate. It's lost on me. I didn't even know there was a film.
Oh, bloody hell!
I knew there was a film. I know nothing about it.
Is it only out on Switch?
Yes, Switch exclusive. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And first DLC is going to be next month, I believe, end of April. And they're always quite generous with their DLC. A bit like Assassin's Creed, an RPG. It's like massive expansions. They're huge. So it's like, wow, you've given us like loads of hours already, and then a month later, you've given us even more. So I'm going to continue playing it. And obviously, the more you level up, obviously your weapons and that have like abilities like lightning and fire, and you have and stuff like that. So no, it's only going to get better as I get on further into the game. And
you playing on your own or with anyone else?
I play by myself at the moment. My friend Christian should be getting it, or he's got it already. I haven't played with him yet. I've just been playing. What did you do? I did see.
Little violin there.
Yeah, I've been playing multiplayer with other people. It seems to be a lot more easier to play with other people. Like I said, you just go into the hub mission and you just start it, and it just randomly match makes you with other people automatically. I feel like with Worlds, it was more difficult. I can't remember, but I always felt like I couldn't find anybody, or you had to request for someone else to join you and they had to accept it, if you know what I mean. Where this seems to just match make you in with other people. So
is it one of them where you could really go in up against something really prepared, or is it always going to be, this is going to be a tough battle? Like, say if you went out, could you go out into the world and find some really good armor and then start taking on the monsters, or is it always going to be like, right, this is going to be quite a push to kill this thing?
Always going to be a little bit of a challenge, I think, but certainly as soon as you, depends on what your star level. So you obviously your rank, there's a lot of stats, and then obviously each enemy is stanked like by stars. So if you're obviously doing a lot underpowered and you're more overpowered, you could probably go in with no tactics and you're probably going to just kill it. But it depends on the rank of the monster versus your stats and what kind of buff you got. But whatever rank you are, I reckon the monster would still do a lot of damage to you. And
is it kind of capped through the story? So say you can only get so high this far in the story, or could you just go off and then level up and then go to the story?
What do you mean? Sorry.
You say it's sort of like as if I was doing an example, say like Pokemon, you can keep training your team up to be really high power and then take on the gyms, or is it always going to be like you're only ever going to be a certain power level before you take on these monsters? You're never going to be able to get well powerful, then take them on.
Yeah, no, I do get you. I mean, no, you can get more powerful. So you can you don't have to do the quest missions. You don't have to do the hub missions.
Training.
You can just go off and explore the world, collect things. You can just explore the open world, and all the monsters are just there in the world. And you can just kill them, or you can collect things. You can upgrade yourself as much as you wanted to. You can upgrade your companions. So obviously you got a dog that you can obviously ride. You can upgrade all their skill tree. You have the cat. What's the cat called? Palicone.
I'm in. I'll play it. I'm in.
Yeah, you have like a cat companion. Mine's like a healer. I've got it as like you can set it to either attacking or support. And mine's a healer, so it throws like health buffs to me when my health is low. He like chases me, follows me around and stuff. It's very Japanesey.
Okay, cool.
But it's good. It's fun.
That sounds good. Yeah, no, I've never played one, so
I would give it a go. If you both download it or buy it, I think it's £50.
I'm out
on the Nintendo store. So yeah, give it a download and we'll all play together. You can certainly play through together.
I'm not being rude, but Amazon's let me know someone's going to be coming to my door in this. I'm just going to like hide myself and then going to go open the door, and I'll be back.
Okay.
All right.
So, all right, mate. Just press the little camera button. There we go. There you go.
I'll be back.
Okay, now. No, it sounds like a really good game. Sounds like something I'd be interested in playing. I don't know. I might wait for it to go down a little bit. Only like 40 quid. But
I don't see it going down in price.
Oh, really? No. I've got some other bits to finish first, and I might give it a go because I really do want to pick up my Switch again.
Sure. Yeah. Now, this is a reason to pick up the Switch. It's like, wow, I'm playing a real in-depth JRPG on the Switch. And I know The Witcher was on it and stuff. But no, this is really good. It's not only as good as Worlds, they've also improved on it. And it was kind of like Worlds was kind of like, because it was on PS4 and Xbox, it was kind of like, wow, they've really pushed it because it's not on the 3DS, which is obviously holding it back.
Yeah.
But this going back onto Nintendo console is not held it back. Anything, they've enhanced it. So it's really impressive. And having it portable, it's like, wow. I haven't tried it on the TV yet.
This would be a good game to play on the new Switch when it comes out then.
Yeah.
With a better resolution and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I'd love to be into it. Like the idea of it is brilliant. The idea, but it's just the effort to start with is so daunting. But
it certainly helps if you know someone like for example, like because I know what I'm pretty much doing, I can kind of guide you through. If you know what I mean, it's a bit like if someone started Destiny now, it would make it a lot easier if they played with you because you'll be like, go here, go there, and
I did play Worlds. I did play Worlds for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
I can't remember most of it, and I did kind of just shortcut and skip a lot of text. And I was that person. I was like, oh fuck it, let's just go.
Yeah, I did the same. The same.
I jumped in with some mates, and we took on a few monsters, fouled and got one down, and it was going really well. But then we just couldn't really keep up, and it just fizzled out.
Quickly, it's a lot. There's a lot to do there, which is good. Like in terms of value for money, like we're saying, it's £50, but the amount of hours you could play it for years and years. It's just your single game. Like there's hundreds of hours there, and the expansions are normally, I don't want to say they're free, but they normally are. I think they are free, and they're normally as big, if not bigger, than the base game. So they're like really generous with like their DLC and stuff. So it's like, wow, this game. And go back to what you said, Ash, where you said you'll wait for it to be on discount. The reason why I say it probably won't be just because Switch games don't really go on sale, do they?
Nintendo games still hold their value. I think I saw Luigi's Mansion a little while ago, and that was still like 45 quid. And that come out. That's the only JRP I've ever played, mate. I'll tell you now.
I think Zelda Breath of the Wild was still 60.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, no, it generally is, which is mad, isn't it?
But you understand why? Like, why would they drop it? It's Zelda Breath of the Wild. So, that's why I'm not really hopeful that it's going to drop in price because it's going to be a very big, probably their biggest game this year. Likely, they like to bring out one big game each year, and it's probably going to be it.